This video is presented under the Equal Protection Clauses of the Constitution of the United States. I'd like to continue on with biblical flat earth. Everybody has to be objective about this and the approach that they're taking. There's two sides to the equation. So going strictly from a biblical point of view, everything has to be looked at differently. Where information was taken from the viewpoint of a flat earth, taking celestial measurements from different locations, to take modern maps, which are inaccurate because they're maps. They're not navigation charts. There is a difference. Still, a surveyor will go out and take a star reading or star shot. They'll take a shot at the North Star. So on a flat Earth, up to the equator, the assumption that all measurements have been taken from a geographic North Pole, not a magnetic North Pole. It's an interesting, when you get north of the magnetic North Pole, you've got thousands of miles to go. The magnetic North Pole is closer to the Hudson's Bay than the North Pole in reality. That has to do with the South Pole. If you look at a round magnet as the real magnetic pole, and the North Pole is the center, we don't have, or we haven't looked at the Earth from that point of view, or tried to take measurements based on an electromagnetic world where free energy is a whole different, it's a whole different world now. There are a lot of intelligent people in the world, and they're realizing that they've made mistakes. They're trapped because they're university professors. As such, publish or perish. So at this point in time, they're looking for a new theory, and electromagnetism is just a field that can be naturally migrated to. So looking at it from that point of view, there's a number of models. I'm not computer literate as such. Like, I can't program certain programs. Not like other people. I can use a word program and other programs to, but I'm not proficient enough to actually do projects that are that complex, 3D animations. But the magnetic field, you get from the South Pole to the equator, and then, then there's an interval. It's like a funnel that comes out. I've seen other videos that have been done like this, on round magnets. Interesting. Just to look, just to kind of change the way you're looking and approaching it as in a new mindset. I want to print off some maps myself and take solar noon readings from around the world in different cities and then plot them on different maps just to see if there still seems to be some issues about this southern hemisphere. Uh, it's I watched a video, and the conclusion that at the end of the video, I wasn't particularly ready to take that conclusion. Uh, but yeah, there's serious issues about how the map, the azimuthal map, I look at it as accurate in the respect that, you know, if you look at maps and the deviation from maps and you take that away, that's how it comes out. Other than that, the southern hemisphere, uh, that's a different story. You have to go online and really double check on how government surveys are done in the southern hemisphere, like in Australia. If you're a surveyor and you have to go and take a star shot, is it the Southern Cross? And where, on a map where you there is no South Pole. So they have to, they're trying to manipulate a North Pole from inside a round magnet in a South Pole. It's just going to deviate. North is just like, you have to get a certain distance away from the magnetic source before you're ever going to get any kind of accurate reading. And even in the north, you have there's a huge gyroscope down in the hold to take care of the navigation problems we had up north. I used to use my watch when I was on shore. Once found, get true north go up in the wheelhouse and get a true north reading, and then look at the sun at the time. And once I did that settle, I could, you just put the sun at the proper location at the time, and then the north is. From there, I can figure out all my directions. Anyway, to go back to the flat Earth and the horizon being a circle, and your line of perception, because we have two eyes, we do have a long focal point, but after we get to a point that it crosses, and that's going to change for everybody. My eyes aren't as good as they used to be. I'm not a young man anymore. But, once upon a time, I could see details a long distance. This would have been much easier in the 20s than 40 years ago. That said, it's still irrelevant. By 2 or 3 witnesses shall the matter to be decided. So this is a great thing to do with friends. It's healthy. There's no politics involved in the subject matter. All you're doing is there our horizon. That's all we're trying to. If that's all. Is the Earth flat? That's it's not a life or death. In that respect, it's like we're just trying to find out what happened. It was a theory, and even the scientists, they're giving up on Copernicus and going back and finding out that we made a mistake. And it's like been 400 years, and it gets worse. When they make a mistake, they don't want to admit it because they're the brains that get paid to think. Payback's a real problem when that was the problem in the first place. What? They thought they could think. And that's the mistake in itself, isn't it?